I believe in Allah as He is understood by His names and His attributes, and I accept all His orders.
إيمان مفصل. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت.
I believe in Allah and His angels and His books and His messengers and the last day and in Taqdeer, the good thereof and the bad thereof, which is from Allah, the Most High, and I believe in the raising after death.
Let's do it again. Back at the Barakah grounds in Central Trinidad, Friday 6th, Saturday 7th, and Sunday 8th February, just before Ramadan 2026. Get all your food, toys, tech items, phone accessories, clothes, household items, something for everyone just before Ramadan. The pre-Ramadan Expo at Barakah grounds, Friday 6th, Saturday 7th, and Sunday 8th February 2026.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sportsreel International on IBN Channel 8. I'm your host, Riza Basali, arabasali54@gmail.com. Of course, you could look at this show live on Facebook and IBN Master on YouTube. Of course, you could look at this show on a rerun on every Thursday at 6 p.m. And as I said, we come in live here on the Bamboo. We have a top show again here for you tonight. And to help me run through this show is no other than my great friend, Mr. Astel Wren.
Thank you so much, Riza, for having me. Thanks again for being here.
Welcome again.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome again. So, what do we have tonight? Well, reviewing of this West Indies side that has been picked for this World Cup, the exit of the West Indies under-19 team, and then we have coming down in the back end some other items of interest. Now, just to start this show, we are celebrating again, Astel, just bring your cup.
Okay, thank you
20 years of IBN, driven by Dean, 2005 to 2025. And Astel, we have to thank the pioneer, Mr. Inchan Ishmael. May his soul rest in peace.
It's been a long road, a nice road, a hard road.
A hard but tough road, but we are still here after 20 years. Well, last week on the show, Astel, I had Mr. Amir Django, of course, you know, our friend in the international circles. You know, he was the number 342 player in Test cricket to represent the West Indies. Do we have some photos, technicians? No, this is last year. I mean, dressed in his kurta for the month of Ramadan down in El Socorro, where I live.
He looks good.
He looks good. He looking good.
He looks dapper, man.
He looking good.
He's looking good. And
the next photo, well, you know this guy.
Yeah.
And that's him last week in our show. You know, he was here live. It took a while to get him, but, you know, we eventually got him. Good, and best wishes to Mr. Amir Django. Well, we have a clip, as I mentioned to you, 342, number 342 in the test, in the number of players who have represented the West Indies in Test cricket, and Test cricket started for the West Indies back in 1928. I think O.J. Shields was the 347th.
I see.
Yes.
O.J. Shields.
But, you know, just to tell you, Australia started Test cricket in 1877, and they have had 473 players who represented them in Test cricket. Just to tell you, and India, which started Test cricket in 1932, 318. So would you believe we are ahead of India in a number of players who have represented their test country?
It means that we have had a very high turnover of players.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. So let's have a look at Amir Jangu's big moment when he first made his debut against Bangladesh in 2025, January 2025 against Pakistan. Sorry, let's have a look. Great. All right, let's move now to your test debut, number 342. And I would think Test cricket started for the West Indies back in 1928. So you're number 342. And there might have been, up to present, maybe about 340, 350, 360, not that much. And this occurred in Pakistan at Multan, January 25th, 2025. And that was, I think, a winning match, because we tied the series. West Indies 163 and 244, 154, 133. You scored a duck in the first. You had a good knock, a 30 in the second. Warrican was, I think he captured 9 for 70 in the match. But this was your test debut in Pakistan. Tell me about the conditions, tell me about the match briefly, and about you, Amir Jangu, representing the Maroon for the first time in test match cricket.
Yeah, the conditions are very difficult. Spinners were opening the bowling, so it just goes to show how bad the wicket was.
Yes.
But being in Pakistan and making my debut there was really special to me. The people there, the culture there, it's amazing.
And security.
Yes, very high security.
Yes.
But you never felt unsafe, you know, so it was really comfortable and I really enjoyed it. To be a part of a winning team and the first test that I played in my career, so yeah, a really special moment. And batting out there was difficult, obviously. Coming off a duck in the first innings as well, there was some nerves there, especially batting on a minefield.
I remember how you got up. Let me tell you. Don't tell me. I think it was an arm ball you got, you know. And that ball coming from around the wicket, coming into the bat. You didn't expect?
Exactly. So batting on a wicket like that, that's spinning so much. The straighter balls, obviously, the more dangerous balls sometimes. So I think some nerves had to play with that too. Feet probably weren't moving, but second innings got back to that fearless mentality and got a good contribution to the team winning.
Well, 52 balls with 3 fours. I think you steadied yourself. And I think the last time West Indies won a series in Pakistan was 18 years ago, right? But this was your first test, and we're hoping that there would be a second test. I personally would like to see you play test cricket. What is your feeling about that in terms of your test career?
Yeah, I think it's something that I still want to continue.
Yes.
One test, I don't think it's enough for me so far. I think I'm a much better player than that, but everything is a process and everything takes time. So first class cricket coming up, inshallah.
Right.
Dominate first class cricket and take all the opportunities that I get coming up.
All right. Astel, Amir Jangu's first test in Pakistan, and it's not easy playing in Pakistan.
Very difficult.
But given the conditions, I think he did pretty well.
Yes, indeed. When the conditions and that test match in particular, where he said the spinners were opening the bowling attack, it means that the wicket. And I heard that the Pakistanis they prepared the wicket for their spinners.
Yes.
But they backfired because Warrican came back, and Warrican is the man who really got all the wickets, and he came out a hero.
Excellent. You know, I made an error, which I apologize for. I made an error by stating that the last time West Indies won a test series in Pakistan was back in 18 years ago. That was an error. The last time we won a series in Pakistan, 1-0 in a 4-test series, was back in 1980-81.
Wow.
And in the second test, we won the match by 156 runs. And guess what, Astel? Ranji Nanan played his first and only test match against Pakistan in 1980-81.
Well done for Ranji. I mean, he played in a winning test match.
He played a winning test match.
Well
And of course,
done.
condolences, of course, to the passing of his wife.
Yes.
Last week.
Correct.
At the age of 72, Martha Nanan.
Yeah.
Well, Ranji left us back in 2016.
Yes. So Randy left his mark. Yes,
He left his mark. He left his mark.
yeah.
Astel, let's now celebrate the 75th birthday of this gentleman, Andy Roberts. He was 75 years, Astel.
Andy Roberts, man. I mean,
29th of January.
75.
For 75 not out.
75.
And we remember, and you remember the days.
Yes.
Back in the 70s when batsmen were just running away from the wicket. But he was, I mean, the top fast bowler in our time. 47 tests, 202 wickets, 25.61 runs per, average per wicket. Your memories of Andy Roberts?
I mean, I will tell you something, Reza. In my bedroom, I had a poster, a large picture of Andy Roberts.
Yes.
I mean, that was during his heydays. I mean, and everyone wanted a batsman, you know, but I was a batsman keeper.
Right.
But I had Andy Roberts, and every time I used to look at Andy, you know, look at his big poster on in my bedroom. Wow. I mean, and Andy, it inspired me to play cricket because this man, he looked, every time I looked at him, I'm getting different emotions, you know, because Andy was motionless sometimes on the cricket field, but he was very quick.
Very quick.
And I mean, I remember Andy Roberts against Pakistan in the whole, you know, at the Queen's Park Oval here, and his battle with a batsman called Zahir Abbas.
Zahir Abbas.
Zahir Abbas.
From Pakistan, yes.
And the first delivery to Zahir Abbas was, Abbas played a beautiful cover drive, piston through cover, a second one through cover. And, and Andy just ran in again and hung it there for him. Abbas went for it, hit the inside edge, and the off stump went.
Of course.
I mean, and everybody went up because there was this fast bowler. He was a sinking fast bowler.
He was bloody quick back in his
and he was quick.
days.
Yeah,
Very quick.
and he was motionless too on the field.
Yes, I remember him, fans hitting Bernard Julian in the back of his head. Combined Islands versus Trinidad and Tobago back in the early 70s. I was at the Queen's Park Oval.
And he hit my coach at that time too, Prince Bartholomew.
Oh, really?
Prince,
All right.
for 3 months, Prince couldn't laugh because every time he laughed, the pain came back. You know.
Great man. Well, Friday morning was a big day, Astel, at the Hazley Crawford Stadium VIP launch. The launch of the primary school cricket program. Let's have a look at some of these pictures. Now, you could continue the pictures. Hear what's going on there, Astel. It's reinforcing a national commitment to structured sports development at the primary school level. The 5-month program implemented through Sports TT Community Sports Department will see 22 qualified coaches deployed across 66 primary schools. And I think that's, grassroots cricket, Astel. What's your opinion? I mean, you always talk about the necessity of the quality of our grassroots cricket.
It's great. I mean, it's nice to see that this initiative is being done. But I would like to see, something we can talk the talk.
Yeah.
But we have to walk the walk now. I mean, the launch was done. Everyone had their say. Now it's to go out and execute to make sure that the primary school are given their dues by having proper coaches, having players, young children enjoy themselves. When you're at that level, you just want to go out and play cricket. Play softball cricket, play hardball cricket. Just enjoy yourself, but play it in a structure where the knowledge is passed on to you how to play the game. And as you grow, you will develop technique and develop all of that. But it's nice to see. And there's 66 schools, you said?
Yes. Now, some of these schools, you would see the picture there that were represented at that function on Friday, included Astel, Balmain Presbyterian, Diego Martin RC, Diego Martin Government Primary, Lawakita South Primary School. I think Mr. Watts, the Minister of Sport, used to that, has probably been closely associated with him. And in those photographs, as you could see, Ambassador Nicky Puran, Astel.
Yes, Nicky Puran was there.
Yes, and he was part of my lectures in West Indies cricket history back in 2015, 2016 at the National Cricket Academy. He greeted me very nicely and positively. And
one thing I enjoy about this is that when you start off and you come across these youngsters, Nicky P started off as a young man.
Yeah.
At primary school level.
That's correct. He said that.
And then he made his transition to, he's one of the top one of the 5 top players in the world.
Yes,
At the
yes.
shorter version of the game. It means that it means something. It's
Well,
nice.
in those photographs, again, in no order, some of the names that were featured, there were, of course, Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Philip Watts, Keston Lender, Chairman of Sport. Let me see here, Alta Baksh, you saw him there, First Vice President of the TTCB. Mr. Nigel Mohammed, Principal of Balmain Presbyterian, and one of his students, Ethan Tobias. Inshan Mohammed, Curriculum Officer for Physical Education. Nicholas Buron, Sports Ambassador. Lindell Hoyt Sanchez, Head Committee Sports Department.
Oh.
So this is
A high-power team.
high-power team.
A high-power team. And
You know?
that's what I like. I mean, they come out in full force, and they mean business because they're going to look at the primary school to really start the ball rolling, to get the ball rolling into
Grassroots.
these
Grassroots.
kids playing cricket.
And this
enjoy
program
it.
has been ongoing, really. You know, I think it's going to start this week or sometime early this month again. So congratulations to Sport Company and the Ministry of Sports.
Correct. And I see my good friend Rhonda from Maloney. I mean, she has been there for the lady in black in one of the photos there.
Right.
And she has been there for ever since. I mean, she loved just to be a community worker.
Great.
Worker. I mean, she's there. I saw her picture there, and it's nice to see that she's still at it.
Well, that's still big, of course, news now. Let's now review on the West Indies team selected after that South African series. The West Indies selected to India and Sri Lanka February the 7th, March 8th. Look at this poster here, Astor. Hold it right here, technicians. This is the West Indies team picked by Darren Sammy, I would think, 2026 as compared to 2024. In the 2026 team, of course, compared to the 2024, hold it right here, technicians. There's no Myers, no Puran, of course, no Russell, no Alzari Joseph, no McCoy. Inside the 2026 team, we have Matthew Ford, Jason Holder, Brandon King, Quinton Sampson, the Guyanese player or breakaway player last year, Jaden Seals, no Evan Lewis, no Shamar Springer, well, no Django, no Athenaze.
Correct.
Still looking at that, do you see the balance of that? Hold it right there. What do you see in terms of us going to the second round? Just stating that we are in Group C against Scotland, England, Nepal, Italy.
Well, I mean, seeing that Bangladesh pulled out, I mean, I thought it was going to be much easier for us.
Yes.
But it is going to be it will be a tough to get out of the group because remember, Bangladesh, Scotland beat us already during qualifiers.
Yeah.
Nepal beat us already. So I think when you look at that team, I have my reservations about it, about this team because Matthew Ford, yes, I saw this young man performed and he really, really improved. He deserves to be there. Jason Holder is there, but Quinton Sampson.
Yeah, breakaway.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him very briefly, and to me, Quinton Sampson is one of the most luckiest men in the world to be at to play at the highest level at a world tournament.
Well, John O'Charles.
And Johnson Charles, I mean,
37 years old, but what do you think? Still, he has 2 World Cup titles.
But Johnson, yeah, I mean...
And his average is about 22.
22.
Yeah, before the South African series.
I think what Sammy was thinking at the time, maybe he wants a backup keeper. He wants somebody he wants a second keeper to go to the World Cup. That's why Johnson Charles is there. But his baton didn't put him there. And I think Django, our boy was hard done.
You thought he might have been only running?
Yes, but after the Afghanistan series, it seemed like if Sammy didn't like him. Yeah, Sammy didn't like him at all because he was there and he was hardly given play. He didn't play much in that series.
The Dubai series.
Yeah, and he is to me is a better keeper than Johnson Charles. If you want to go with a second man behind the stumps to assist Hope, Django is the man. And Quinton Sampson, I would have gone with Sharma Joseph instead of Quinton
Yeah,
Sampson.
he had a hat-trick in the last game.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought also he got a raw deal, a very raw deal, and but Quinton Sampson, I don't know what Sammy sees in him, but I'm yet to see what Sammy is really pushing to have him there, because I saw him in the final against Knight Riders.
Yeah.
And to me, he cannot play short pitch bowling. And for a Caribbean batsman, cannot handle short pitch bowling. I mean, it's a cardinal sin, because when we produce some of the best fast bowlers in the world, I mean, and I saw him, our captain Pollard set him up quite easy. He was set up quite easy. He put a man at short leg. Pollard went that short, at backward short leg.
I remember it.
And put it short to him,
Right
and
there.
yet put it right
Yeah.
right in the man hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
it tells me he cannot play fast bowling.
Okay.
And you're going.
Well, before I show you this clip on what Shea Hope said about Quinton, Evan Lewis is not there.
Yes, I mean, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah. I totally agree with Sammy on this occasion, because Evan Lewis isn't playing cricket. He isn't playing much cricket. So why take? Well, I mean, he's not.
He played for Best Motors Marching Patriots.
Well, I mean, at club level, but
Yes.
I mean at the highest level.
Yes.
He's not a Viv Richards. He's not a Brian Lara.
Yes.
And I mean, he spends more time on the injury bench than on the field of play.
Oh my.
I mean, so I am in agreement with that, and because I think taking him to the World Cup would have been a big risk.
Big risk.
Yeah, he would have played maybe one match or two matches, and that is it. And he would have gone back again in sick bay. So but I think a fit Evan Lewis is a dangerous player.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, he can take on any bowler, anytime, any place, anywhere, and score runs. But at this time, he's not fit.
Well, Astel, let's have a look at this clip. Shea Hope opinion on Quinton. Let's have a look, technicians.
Sampson, he's shown that he's had a lot of promise from the first few games that he played in CPL. Certainly one of the cleaner ball strikers that I've seen in a long time, natural ball strikers. He's also showed the ability to adapt to certain conditions, especially when there's spin involved. So he's one of those ones that I think that can definitely play a role in these sort of conditions that we're going to. We saw in his debut game against Afghanistan, he negated the likes of Rashid Khan and some of the experienced spinners across world cricket. So there's certainly a lot to have, you know, in your department, especially when you got the likes of Rovman and the rest of the guys who are power hitters. You still have to have that depth. So I think he'll be one that can probably follow the likes of Rovman and those guys who can finish in innings and play spin in the middle period.
Shea has positive vibes about Quinton.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about Quinton being a top-class player of spin bowling. No, we will see, because, I mean, the tournament goes off on February 7th. We will see how good as a player of spin bowling he is down in the subcontinent. I don't think much about him, but if Shea Hope thinks that way, well, I mean, he's free to his opinion. But I think, and he mentioned power hitters.
Yes, he did.
The game,
Astel,
game has left us.
one thing I'm concerned about, right? Just before we go now to the exit of the West Indies under 19 team in the World Cup. Astel, do you recall that match against South Africa? Was it the second before the rain-affected third one?
Correct. Yes.
West Indies scored 221 for 4. I mean, this is build up to the World Cup, right? Mm-hmm. And we were massacred by a fellow called Quinton de Kock, 115 in 49 balls, chasing down 225 in 17 overs. And the bowlers were completely wrecked by de Kock. So we need, I mean, this is a bothersome thing for me. How are we going to stand up to these top countries in terms of our bowling?
Well, Ariza, I want to agree with you totally, because when we look at the scores, you have Shimron Hetmeyer,
yes,
and Shubin Rutherford. These two, they are getting into form. They are playing. And Brandon King is playing some a nice innings too.
Yes.
But it is worrying that himself we get to 250 in a 20-over game, 250, 255, 260. The bowlers, what we are seeing at this time, they are unable to contain the opposing batsmen. So we can get to maybe 250, 260 and still lose a game. And because
Yes.
the bowling attack, it seems to be worrying. We are not taking wickets.
Right.
Because
right.
if South Africa chased down 221, they made it 224 for how much? For 1 or 2?
Yeah, let me see here.
221?
225 for 3.
For 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, 225 for 3.
Yes.
And Quinton de Kock just manhandled
Astel.
our bowling attack. He manhandled it.
10 sixes.
10 sixes and 6 fours.
Yes.
48 deliveries, I believe. Yeah. So
Yes.
I mean, so it tells us that the bowling department, that we need to be much more tighter than that. We need to really organize ourselves, because even if the batters round in good form and they score good runs,
Yeah.
the bowling has to be able to pull back the opposing batsmen and the opposing teams at crucial moments.
Crucial moments. Well, let's turn to the West Indies under-19 team in the World Cup, under-19 World Cup. They have exited in the second round, placed fourth, I believe, in the Super 6. Still, that game against Australia was quite notable for the fact is that the West Indies were chasing, 314,
314, yes.
and they scored 292. And that was, of course, the key match. But what was very concerning was the outfielding of our youth players. According to Ian Bishop, he estimated about 20-25 runs were leaked in the field. And this is, I figure, where the separation of the big teams and the medium teams are. It has to be a complete game, Aston.
Yes, there must be. A team must have a complete game in all 3 departments: bowling, batting, and fielding. But it seems like if West Indies coaches and the guys who in the backroom staff, they don't consider maybe fielding as a very important part of it, because you cannot leak 25 runs, as Bishop pointed to, and I saw it too.
You heard it, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I saw it too. You can't leak so much runs and hope to win. You remember, West Indies were on target,
Yeah.
They were playing well. But then the nerves come in, and this other factors came in. But on the fielding department, we need to take our catches, and we need to really give an all-round and a die-hard performance in the field of play when you're on the field, because you can't leak like 25 runs.
25 runs.
Yeah.
Well, Adian Ratcher was our lone representative on the West Indies under-19 team. All right, our student from Presentation College in San Fernando, Rio Claro Presbyterian. Now, what I see here still, first, he played against Tanzania.
Yes.
Omitted against Afghanistan and South Africa. He played against Ireland and omitted against Australia. But they have some players in there that's really tough to replace. But I think, I received, can you see Adian's? Hold it right there.
That's him, yeah.
Just bear with me, fans. 26. Presentation, yes.
Yes, you have to try it.
So I did a feature on Adian, I think it was a week or 2 ago, and congratulated him on his, he did an interview with me. So I sent it to the principal of Presentation San Fernando, Mr. Philip, and he says here, right here, Astel, thank you for sharing the link to your interview. Our college community extremely proud of Adian as our past student. He represented himself well during the interview, and by association, his family, schools, and community. I thank you for your work in bringing awareness to our local athletes. All the best in your future endeavors. Regards, K. Philip, Principal, Secondary Acting, Presentation, San Fernando. So the young man has places to go, Astel.
Yes, I like him, because one thing that stands out to me when I see him perform is that he gives 110%. When he runs into bowl, he's committed to the job which he has decided to become a fast bowler.
Right.
And he gives 110%. He doesn't hold back at all. And that's what I like about this young man. And plus, if he's well handled, and I mean the staff around him, he has places to go.
Right. Well, before we take our first break, technicians, I just want to say, Astel, I think given what we've seen with these youngsters, because you did tell me off the air, this team, these sets of youngsters are really a make or break for us in terms of who is going to represent us in the next couple of years at senior level. All right. Now, so we have had some, I mean, pretty good performances from Zachary Carter, who you have seen.
Yes, I saw him down here.
Micah McKenzie, the leg spinner. Shaquan Bell, the medium pacer. And this fella called Vital Laws. I'll still have a look at this. Vital Laws, leg spin.
What a wonderful piece of bowling. That's what they wanted.
Big moment in the game. This is the moment in the game. Top of off stump. That is a dream delivery. Natal Laws, you beauty. Perfect forward defensive. Even better, this man.
Okay, what we didn't see there is, I think, was the South African rules.
Yes,
bowling
yes.
with a magnificent Chinaman.
Yes, I saw the highlights of it, and a very, very excellent delivery.
Yes.
Pitched there and hit the top of the off stump. I mean, and the batsman looked very surprised indeed. With so much turn coming.
Yes, and that was a top South African batsman.
Yes, correct.
So what I'm saying and asking you, there is some, I mean to say, what you call promising players we are going through for, let's say, the next 2 years. Are you optimistic?
Yes, I am. There are quite a few of them that I'm very pleased with.
Yes.
I mean, like you pointed out, Zachary Carter, I saw him here.
Yes.
A big youngster.
Yes.
And he hits the ball tremendously hard.
Yes.
I saw him here at NCC, no, at Presal. Presal against, I think, Leeward Islands, and he was really good. And when you look at the spin bowling department, as they must keep these fellas together. I mean,
yes.
they must have Laws and his partner also. They must find a way to really have them constantly playing cricket.
Yes.
Yeah, because you need to have these guys playing cricket. And the fast bowling department, you have Pollard and the other one who is, what's his name again? Bell. Shaquan Bell.
Yes.
Good prospects. And I think the West Indies under 19, I don't think they are ready to make that transition as yet to go into the senior team, but they can play. They can be included in an eight-side performance, you know, where they gradually get the feel of, because Test cricket is tough, you know.
Yes, it is tough.
It's really tough. It's hard. And in this modern play, this modern type of cricket, Test cricket, West Indies players are finding it very, very difficult. Very difficult.
Astel, we hold the break, technician. Let's have a look at Best Motors here. Sponsorship of $175,000 for under 15 cricket. Now, Astel, that's big money. This is Best Motors, right? This is around January 21st, right? Now, I think, representing Best Motors was Crystal Maraj, director.
Right, yeah.
And Best Motors, of course, are currently the sponsors of Marching Patriots.
Marching Patriots,
of which Evan Lewis is part of that.
That's right, yes.
So we have to congratulate Best Motors for, churning out $175,000 TT dollars.
And I like exactly where they put the money in the under 15.
Yes,
that
under 15 zonal tournament 2026.
That is development. I mean,
yes.
They are looking at into the future. They want to see more Purans, more Ganga, more Lendl Simmons, more
Yeah.
Samuel Badri, Dinesh Ramdin. They want to.
Yes.
They are seeing there. They are looking into the future now.
I mean,
and that
we
money
are
will
optimistic.
Yes.
We are optimistic.
Correct.
Because as we stated just previously with that sports initiative, TT initiative,
yes.
at the top, this support plays a vital role. This Best Motors sponsorship plays a vital role in strengthening grassroots development again and creating meaningful opportunities to our young cricketers as they take the next steps in their journey.
May I point out to you, Reza, you remember West Indies Cricket Board, CWI, they are experiencing financial difficulties and they cut off the under 17s and under 15s tournament.
Yes.
So this is a territorial effort by Best Motors
Yes.
to really, to come down and stand in the gap to continue that continuation, that preparation of youngsters that they make the transition to other levels.
Well, let's take our first break, and when we come back, we'll have more on Sportsreel International.
Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Punch any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Try our new passion fruit flavor today. Taste the passion.
Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab our oasis, now why wait? Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab our oasis, now why wait? The greatest, the safest, oasis for sure. Oasis, it's purer than pure.
He's got a mighty tough job on his hands here. Jareem Richards running well on the outside, and he's got a gap on Noah Lyles here. The Trinidad and Tobago athlete is driving for the line. This could be close. Watch for Norwood on the inside as well. Lyles under pressure here. Can he do it? Jareem Richards' legs just faltering, 32.14. Lyles really had to work for that. He was under pressure from Norwood on the inside, and Richards has been given it by 100th of a second. What a scalp for Jareem Richards on the outside. But Lyles out-dipped on the line. Yeah.
Well, that was just up front. That was the 300 meters against Noah Lyles in that race in Boston last week.
Very close finish, 100th of a second, separated both men.
Yes.
I mean, that was a very close race indeed.
Well,
big victory for
very big victory. Well, Astel, I have a big interview here with Jareem Richards. This was about, some weeks ago, but I have now got the opportunity to really line it up. I caught him at his base in Florida. People, I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy this immensely because it's about 20 minutes, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Let's have a look.
Okay, fans, we have now silver medalists at the World Championship in Tokyo in September. Jareem Richards. Welcome, Jareem. How are you going, man?
I'm good. It's a pleasure, to be here. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, man. Let's go back to September the 18th, that big 400 meters final at the Tokyo National Stadium. Bosang, of course, 43.53. Second, 43.72. Another new national record. And then the Endori, again, another Botswanian. Capture that race for me and our fans on the moment that gun set off. What was your plan? What was your strategy like?
My plan going into the final was just focus on me. Wasn't the most favorable lanes, I would say, and most people would say, that was a bad lane. But
yes, lane 2.
But at
Yes,
the
go
end of
ahead.
the day, each and every one of us have our own race to run. And
Right.
I truly believe that I need to do what I need to do to make myself successful. And by doing that, I need to focus on myself and not anybody else. So I went into that race, just trusting in God and being focused on myself and my lane. When the gun went off, I was like, well, okay, don't look at anyone, because lane two is a very deceptive lane in terms of your visual prowess of what you see.
Yes.
And thank God that I would have ran in that lane before in our finals. I think I remember senior champs finals in Trinidad in 2016 Olympic trials. I was young, but I was in lane two, so I kind of had experience on how it looks. But anyhow, coming around the first bend, I was doing my best to focus on me and not let the race get ahead of me and not even look at the other athletes. I was just focused on me, on my pace, on my rhythm going in. And in talking to my coach, one part of the race that we realized that I really needed to work on was the third 100. I think in the heats, I would have split like 11-1, and then in the semis, it was 11-2. No, 11:06, I believe. And I remember talking to my coach. He was like, well, you need to be sub 11 seconds. So you need to be 10 seconds on the third 100. So I started to, as soon as we got 200 meters into the race, 200 meters left, I started to accelerate and, push the pace a little bit. And at that point, I started to see in my peripherals lane 8. So I was like, well, okay, I'm putting myself in good position, but still I kind of pinching myself and saying, well, focus on you, don't worry about where anybody else is.
Right.
Coming off the turn into the last 100, I didn't see nobody on my inside, but I saw Busang on the outside. And I was like, well, okay, you definitely have a medal, but you still also have a lot of energy in the tank. So let me see if we could go and catch him. And I ran and I fought. And I mean, obviously, we know that I finished second. It was a great feat for me. I'm very grateful and thankful to God for, blessing me with this talent. And I had to be very patient over the years, obviously, because my last medal at our World Championships would have been 2017.
Right.
To come back now and medal again at the age of 31. And if you asked me in 2017, if I would have still be running track at 31 years old, I probably would have tell myself, nah, I think I might have been on my way out. But clearly, it goes to show that I still have a lot to give in this
You have
sport.
a lot of the time. You have a lot of the time. Well, I mean, people know you. I mean, just, from point. I mean, my family, my father's family grew up in Bonasville at Cedrus, just to tell you. And, but tell me about, I mean, very few people may know this about growing up in Point. What was it like? I mean, the environment, family, friends, role models. You're a pro Point man. So tell us a little bit about that background.
I grew up in two places around both sides of my family. Around my dad's side, the Richard side, they're from Fanny Village, Point Fortin. So I grew up East Street, to be specific, East Street, Point Fortin. And then after a while, we moved to my mom's side of the family, and we lived in New Village, Point Fortin. It was always, a great. It was great, and I just really enjoyed growing up in Point Fortin. It's very laid back, a lot of stuff to do in terms of enjoying playing with friends.
Right.
Growing up back in those days, it was the type of place that you could leave your door open and then come back home and nobody
for sure,
touch.
man, for sure. When did you went? Which primary school you went to?
I went Point Fortin Anglican, so Point Fortin AC school.
Yes. Now, in primary school, was there activities, running and jumping and all that stuff? What was it like down in those days?
Back in primary school, I tried different sports. I tried football. I wasn't good at football at that point.
Right.
I tried cricket. My hand-eye coordination wasn't good, so I couldn't bowl, couldn't bat, couldn't catch. Wasn't really good at that, but I was always naturally faster than everyone in my class. I really enjoyed playing catch because nobody can catch me, and sometimes we would play catch and rescue. I remember anytime my friends would have gotten caught, I would have been the person to rescue them because nobody can catch me. So from a young age, track and field has always been my love, and running and being fast has always been my love. And I even remember to this day, my first competition was zonal games in 2001. So I've been running track and field since I was 8 years old. And I remember I won the boys under 9 80 meters, and I got second in the 60 meters. I won the 80 meters, and I think I was second in long jump also. And this was my first year competing in track and field.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're going to quickly fast forward to your professional career. And your portfolio is just amazing, stunning. I was just looking at it, today from your 2017 World Cup gold in London, 4x4, the World Championship bronze 200 in 2017, and then of course recently 2025 World Championship silver 400 in Tokyo, 2018 Commonwealth gold 200 in Australia, 2022 Commonwealth gold 200 in Birmingham. You defended your title, and we could turn back the clock back to the Carifta Games in 2011 in Montego Bay. These stats, we could understand it. But over your time and over your years of running, there must be a process, an outcome to that. Your training, your preparation. What has it been like for you in that period of success and your reasons for it?
In the period of success, and if I have to backtrack just a little bit, pre-success, I've always really had a good support system. From a young age, my mom would have taken me to try to make national teams when I was like a juvenile athlete, and each and every time it was a disappointment I didn't make. And thank God that she never gave up on me, or gave me a negative thought as you should give up on this because you're not making no team. She has always supported me from the ground up, and even to this day I was actually like, did you think that I would have made it this far? And she was like, honestly, no, she was just supporting me. She just didn't want me to give up, So, that was important. That was important, and that kind of instilled in me, never giving up. Even though I had success as a junior athlete, and this would be good for a lot of junior athletes to listen to, is it took me my last Carifta to get an individual medal. If you look at most of my junior successes, it's team events like relays. And I've always has been one that never gave up, but never settled with the small victories. Now, I'm always grateful and thankful for each and every moment and each and every success. But I think sometimes we as human beings, we tend to get very settled on achieving stuff and then forget that there's more outside of that. So I've always been one to work hard and always been one to press reset really quickly. So fast forward to the successful days, I'm a very disciplined athlete. I'm one thing that is very important to me is accountability. I like to be very accountable for myself because I want to go out there in the field. I want to go out there to compete at the highest level, and I don't want to be that person that makes excuses. I want to be able to put my full step forward, all 100% into this sport. That even when I don't medal or don't do as well as I want to, I knew that, okay, Jareem, this is the best that we had on this day. So what has helped me is my discipline, my faith in God, my ability to, be able to be persistent, even though sometimes victory doesn't come every day. And, just hard work and that level of tenacity. I don't like to give up, and I believe that I'm in this sport for as long as I would like to be in it. But when I'm in it, I want to give myself the best opportunity to be as successful as I could possibly be, instead of finishing the sport and having regrets. I mean, like, I should have taken this a little bit more serious. I could have do that. I don't want to live life having those regrets. So I put my best foot forward each and every time, and I work hard.
Excellent. Of all these titles that you have won, championships or whatever, excellent. Which one remains close to your chest in terms of that effort? Which one would you cherish?
This is a hard question because I feel like each of them respectfully have its moments.
Yes.
I don't feel like I could just point out one. I feel like
All right.
2017 for me was very important. It was the breakthrough. It was the first one,
Right.
first individual senior medal, 200 meters, something I worked really hard for all season, prayed really hard for all
Yes.
season, and it was able to come to life. Also, I would say 2022 Commonwealth defense was a big one for me
Excellent.
because
Yes.
specifically after winning by default in 2018, I felt like it wasn't truly mine. There were doubters in the comments. There were people saying that, had Zanel not get DQ'd, I would have been second, and all these things were coming back and actually winning the second time around. It meant a lot to me, and it was kind of me proving the doubters that
Right.
okay, we went head to head, toe to toe again, and I was the better man on this day. Then if I had to go again, 2022 World Indoor Champion, that meant a lot to me. Rest in peace to the great Dion Lendo.
Yeah.
He has been a pioneer for my generation of athletes coming forward. He has taught us a lot. He has been a mentor to a lot of us. So to be able to bring that notoriety to his name and put that respect on his name by dedicating that medal to him. And I lost my grandmother around that time too. I lost my grandfather's brother around that time also. So it was a very emotional and it was a strong moment because I felt like I did it for the three of them. So it was a very important medal too. And then if I had to fast forward again, this 2025 medal, I mean, I said since 2017, nothing. This means so much for me. It's like, I feel like sometimes God actually just tests our patience as humans.
sure.
And like, well,
For sure.
let me see if I don't bless you, if you would still give me praise or if you would still follow me. Let me just kind of see how you will act if the things that you're praying for you don't get. And
sure.
I was very patient. It tested my patience at time, and I'm not gonna lie, like there was many times where I felt like, ooh, I just fed up of going to championships and not getting a medal or just falling short. Obviously, Paris just falling short. But to come back and get a medal, it just goes to show for me that God is always on time. He's never late. He's never early. He's always on time.
You talk about the Paris, the Paris final at the fourth place. I know that was, you said it openly, worldwide. It hurts, but it shows your resilience also. You clocked 43.78. When you reflect on that, tell me about your mindset. The Paris, the Paris fourth place.
The Paris fourth place, I think in the time and place, there was nothing that I would change.
Yes.
I wouldn't execute it any way differently. With my understanding of the race at the time, it was as perfect as I could have executed it. The hardest thing about that race was knowing that this was as best as I could be. It was as strong as I was. It was as fast as I was. It was the best that I ever ran. I went beyond my limits because going into the Olympics, my personal best was 44.14 or 18. I think it was 18. And I ran 43.78. So I dropped a big chunk off of my personal best. And the hardest pill to swallow was that I was at my best and my best wasn't good enough for a medal. That was probably the hardest part for me. I didn't want to be ungrateful because it's like you asked your body to go above and beyond and it did. But then you vexed that it didn't get the result that you wanted. So I was left in a space where I was happy, I was sad, I was numb. I didn't know how to process my feelings at that point in time because it was just kind of all over the place. But looking back at it now with a better understanding, another year, understanding the event better, and professionally, I've only ran the 400 meters for 23, 24, 25. This year was my third year running it professionally. So understanding it for 3 years now, I probably wouldn't have went out that aggressive, but as I said,
I saw that. As the bell hit, as the gun hit, you're down the road. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes, you went all out. You went all out. And
So
I can't
that's the
remember
only thing I would have probably, that's the only thing I would have probably changed with the knowledge that I have now.
Right.
But it's like the things that you know in the future, you can't go back in the past.
Right, right.
You did the best. I think as human beings, we make the best decision that we could capacitate now. And in the now, that was the best decision. But now, if I could go back and I'd be like, maybe don't do that.
Rewind. But as a professional athlete, I need to know this, or we need to know this for the young athletes looking on. You know, what is your diet and nutrition like?
I eat really good. I eat healthy. Normal foods from Trinidad, I guess.
Yes.
Provisions, lentil peas with stew chicken.
Yeah.
You know, salad, Sunday lunch. Sometimes I just eat in portions, obviously.
Right.
And I don't overeat, and I don't gain weight that easily. Like right now, I had to start back actually training a little bit earlier. We officially start on Monday, but I had to start a little bit earlier because I tend to lose weight when I'm not training, when I'm there dormant for too long. So I started kind of kickstart because I don't eat as much when I'm not training. So I started to kickstart my body so that I actually could gain a little bit of weight. But I eat very healthy. I hydrate a lot. I rarely eat fast food, especially when I'm competing and training. But typical healthy Trinidadian meals is what I eat.
Yes, good man. Well, you know, I just want to go slightly back. You did go to Astra Boys College, San Fernando. Could you remind us?
Yeah. I did 1 year Form 6 in Astra Boys San Fernando.
Yes, you remember any of the teachers there?
I remember Mr. Hero Singh.
Hero Singh.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Hero Singh.
Yes,
he was a teacher.
Economics.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot the principal's name.
Yes, Mr. Alim Ali.
Mr. Alim Ali.
Yes,
that's
man. Great man. Great. Yes.
I remember for sure can't forget Mr. Cavallo.
Mr. Cavallo, Raymond Cavallo.
Yeah.
Yes, now retired man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff, man. And your times at Vestiny, memorable times?
Yeah, very memorable times. At that point, I started to play football a little bit. And, I went to school with the likes of Marcus Joseph. He's from Labray, Aubrey David, who was the national team captain for a few years, probably up to last year. I think he was captain of the national team. Wesley John, he also was a national team. Jabari, also. So Vestiny definitely was some really good days. Did Form 1 to 5 there.
Great, man. If you were not a professional athlete, as we're coming down to the end of the interview, what would you have been?
Few things I wanted to do. When I was young, I wanted to be an artist. I really like drawing, and a lot of people don't know that, but I really enjoy drawing, and I thought about being an artist when I was young and as around primary school. And as I started to get older, I wanted to become an architect. This was my early days in secondary school. I was like, I think I want to be an architect. And by the time I was kind of rounding out of secondary school, I was telling myself, well, if track and field don't work out, I think I want to be a fireman. Fireman was definitely the last stop for me. And reason why I always, on my way home in Point Fortin, if I would pass by the fire station, I would see them playing football every afternoon. And in my mind, I was like, I wouldn't mind a job where you're getting to play football on the evenings before you go. So that was something I wanted to do.
Great, man. Great, man. All right, here's the key question, final question. We have the youths. You're a professional athlete. You have made us proud in this country. Carry the flag of Trinidad and Tobago for so long with pride. What is your message to the youth of the nation?
To the youth of the nation, I would say never give up in your goals and dreams. Have a good level of balance in terms of being realistic, but also being delusional in your goals, because I feel like if you be too realistic, you limit yourself. Likewise, you can't be too delusional with your goals. And the last thing I would say is give yourself the best opportunity to be as successful as you could possibly be. So don't have big dreams and then you're not willing to make the sacrifice to achieve those goals or those dreams. Because, I mean, somebody might want to be world champion or make a national team or make it to the World Cup, but then you're not doing everything. You're not being disciplined. You're not being consistent in your work ethic towards that goal, and then you become disappointed. So I think put your best foot forward and be patient in your progress, and just be able to put your best foot forward so that you could be successful.
Jareem, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Astel, at least, I mean, in 25 minutes, we probably found out the life journey of this man.
Oh, yes, indeed. And I particularly liked what he said. He said, you must have an unwavering focus to be successful.
Yes.
And you must be accountable to oneself. You must be true to yourself as an athlete. You go out there and you do the work, and he had faith in God. He believed that totally.
Dream, thank you so much. And, well, belated happy birthday to you. He was 32 on January the 13th.
Oh, 32, I mean, a good
Still
age.
looking good, you know.
Still looking good.
Yeah.
He looks about 26, 27 around there.
Thank you, Jareem.
Yeah,
Thank you,
looks
Jareem.
good.
From his base in Florida.
Yes.
I found him.
A wonderful athlete. Don't you get? I think he's one of the hidden gems that we have in Trinidad.
Definitely so. Quickly, technicians, that picture of Mr. Brian Lewis. Yes, quickly, we have a few minutes. Astel, this was around mid-January. Thank you, Mr. Garth Watley, for this article. Picture courtesy Melanie Golston of TUTOC. This was around the TOC Goal Foundation Marathon Challenge with friends. Brian Lewis, the former Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee president.
Yes.
Bertrand Smart left, media personality Andre Batiste. Second right, Curtis Bryce right, and Lewis' sister Arlene on the right side. He disclosed, in this article, it was disclosed he's now a prostate cancer patient. We want to wish him all the best.
Exactly. I mean, I have known Brian for more than 25 years, and Brian and I have been good friends. We still we keep in contact. And he's one man that anytime I'm facing some difficult moments, I can always throw things at him and say, Brian, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And sometimes he does the same.
Yes.
And I will give him an honest answer. And Brian is a wonderful person,
Excellent.
And we wish him all the best.
God's blessing, Brian.
Correct.
God's blessing. And finally, this photo of Makil Bilil, the boxer. Do we have that photo of Makil? Now, Makil, of course, I featured him in Heroes of the School System on December the 1st, courtesy 800 Eyes. He has a dream to accomplish. He's going to be on the world stage this year in Thailand and Senegal. I think World Youth Boxing Tournaments. He's having to raise funds for himself and I suppose members of the boxing fraternity around his area. Saturday, February 7th at Robert Street Barbecue, Robert Street Bank Village in Carapichaima. You can call 745-9272, 323-3851, 321-0794, 745-9272, 323-3851, 321-0794. Makil Bilil from Astra Boys in Charlieville.
And Reza, I mean, I like this young man because you know what?
Yeah.
He is not depending upon subvention from the government.
Yes, which is
I mean, if they come forward, it's good.
Yes.
He's telling himself, I want to do it, and I'm going to raise my funds to go where I want to go.
Yes.
And I mean, and that tells a tremendous amount about his heart, his commitment to his sport, and what he wants to achieve. I tip my hat to this young man.
Saturday, February 7th, barbecue, Robert Street, Bank Village in Carapichaima. Best of wishes, Makil Bilil.
And I hope you all of Carapichaima and surrounding area come and support this young man because he's a trailblazer. He's setting a pace that he deserves it.
Yes.
And I think everyone in his area and the surrounding area, even out of the area, go and support this young man.
Excellent. Well, that's the spin on Sports Reel International for tonight. It's the end of the season for me. Blessings and barakat to the Muslim community as the month of Ramadan comes. And sometime, God willing, maybe after the month of Ramadan, around the end of March, middle of the March, God willing, I'll be back. But thank you for viewing. Thank you for all your comments that you have produced and made to me, sorry. And I want to thank my great friend here, Mr. Astel Wren.
Thanks again,
Astel,
Reza.
it was a great having you again. We had a good time, and time is so short.
It's always a pleasure being here. And we share so many things in common,
Yes.
especially sporting events and dates and times.
Yes.
Thank you again for being
And
here.
to my technicians, Siddiqui and Zaki, thank you so much, the producers of this show, and all those who are associated with Sports Reel International. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of God be with you.
When the moment comes to honor a loved one, compassion, dignity, and faith matter most. Come to Shyam's Islamic Funeral Services Limited. We provide trusted Islamic funeral and burial services, grounded in tradition and handled with care. From ghusl and shrouding to transportation, janaza coordination, burial arrangements, and special international repatriation services of your loved ones. With professionalism, with respect, with heart. Shyam's Islamic Funeral Services Limited, serving our community with honor.
Enjoy Nice's family of fine foods, including our Jamaican-style patties. This complements Nice's range of premium chicken burger patties, lamb patties, beef hot dog, and our smoked beef and lamb sausages. Also, you can try Nice's halal gummy bears, available at leading supermarkets and at Nice's wholesale outlet. You can also shop for grocery and household items. Nice brand products, 23 Beocle Road, Conopia. Telephone 665-3078 or 665-3079. Nicer is nicer.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parch, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure